I do not encourage nor condone any of the actions performed or products shown in this video. All of the videos are produced in a safe and controlled environment. Do not attempt to replicate any of the actions performed during this video.
Hello beautiful people from the internet, it is Connie over here. Welcome back to another video. Now today I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, apart from that one attempt at smoking a cigarette that I made a couple of months ago. Let's not talk about it, alright? But today I'm going to be smoking pure herbal blends for the first time, and also not just that, but through a glass pipe, which I have never used. I don't know how to use, but I guess we'll figure it out together. And the way this came to be was that the brand Herblunt reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try both of their herbal blend mixes for smoking. And after reading on their site, their mission, their values, I said a very audible and big heck yeah. And they have arrived. They have two different blends, which are the Sleepy Blend, oh goodness, this is going to be hard, Sleepy Blend, and the Uplift Blend, which are supposed to give opposing effects, where the Uplift Blend makes you energized and the Sleepy Blend makes you more mellow. And so because it is 8 a.m. and I have to go on my morning run in just a little bit, I feel like the one that I'm going to be trying now is going to be the Uplift Blend. And later in the day, I'll try the Sleepy Blend for you to know about as well. Now, it is very important to refer that these blends do not contain any tobacco, THC, CBD, anything else. They even say here in the back the ingredients, which you can read. They say the Uplift Herbal Blend specifically has skullcap, lavender hops, mullein, and blue cornflower petals, which very interesting. I don't think I've ever smoked any of them before. And I love their little logo over here at the top that says made by Mother Nature, smoked by humans. I'm a human, so I'm very excited to be having this today. Then we also have the glass pipe itself, which I'm super excited to see. Actually, wait, hold on. This is one of those boxes that, okay, ooh, look at it. My very first glass pipe. I've never had anything like this. It is about the size of a cigarette, I would say, and I believe I have to pack the herbs all the way down here and then just light the end. But the pack also comes with some instructions, and so I'm going to read them. So it just says here in the back, you can see, take a look for yourself if you're curious. It says how to use. Simply pack your herbs nicely to the brim of the tube, light the end of the tube and enjoy your puff. And then it gives instructions on cleaning and warranty as well. So I brought some tools. I have a tray just in case I need it, because I don't know if I will make a mess or not. I have a lighter. I didn't have a green lighter to go along with the theme, which I should have a green lighter. Green is my favorite color. How do I not have a green lighter? I don't know. But we have chicken and rabbit lighter, there you go. And then I also have a grinder, although I'm not sure if I'm going to need it. I don't think I will, but just in case. So I guess let's open up the pack and see what this is all about. I've never had a pure herbal blend of smokes, and so this is quite new and exciting. Let's open this up and see what the herbs inside look like. They come very tightly packed. Oh, okay. I don't think I will be needing a grinder, but I don't know how I'm going to be filling my glass pipe. Wow, this smells just like if you opened up a bag of tea and you smelled what's inside, and if it had like flowers that you picked from the ground. It literally smells like dried flowers picked from the ground, and just chamomile tea, although this doesn't have chamomile. I don't know if any of these flowers here are like a scientific special name for chamomile or not, but this is what it looks like inside. Okay, now it is focusing. So this is what the herbal blend looks inside. Oh, I also forgot to refer that I brought some water, which I will be needing. So this is supposed to give me a sort of energy-like feeling. I don't know. I never know if these things are actually going to make me feel anything. Now, how am I supposed to pack my pipe with this? Do I just, wait, hold on, because some of the leaves are kind of packed up together. So do I just do one of these, or do I insert my pipe in there? Oh, this is not going to be easy. How am I going to do this? Hold on. Maybe I didn't think this through. I think I need some pointy thing to be able to make the leaves go inside, you know, because right now they're not really descending. So what am I going to use? That is very interesting. I'll be right back and I'll see what I can use to allow the herbs to go down. Okay, I tried a couple of tools. I tried my straw, which doesn't work because it doesn't fit the end. And then I figured that I cleaned my pen. Okay, don't be worried about that. But if I stick my pen here and then I tap it, the leaves kind of go down. So let's just continue filling our pipe with the same method. Listen, I've never packed a pipe before, a glass pipe like this, or any glass pipe by any means. But I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I mean, it's getting filled. Can you see it? It looks quite beautiful, I can't lie. All right, let me try to fill just a little bit more to the top. And that looks about right to me. A full pipe. Now let me close my baggie again so that I don't let the leaves dry out even more. They actually don't feel super dry. Now, another thing is, how do I smoke from this? Is it just not going to fall everywhere? Now we just have to light it up. Let's go. No CBD, no THC, no nicotine, pure herbal blend. This is a first, and I'm excited. Wow, was not expecting it to burn so quickly. Do you see how much it already burned? The whole part of the top is burnt. Can I keep smoking it or no? I don't think so. I think I need to keep lighting it. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to have to keep lighting it and potentially packing it, but right off the bat, I was expecting it to be a lot rougher, but it was still a little bit rough, and so I got caught a little bit off guard there. Now, let's see if I do like a... All right. If I do a slower hit and inhale, it feels a lot smoother. It doesn't burn at the back of my throat, which is quite exciting. I was expecting it to burn a little bit, to be honest. The flavors are like something I've never had before. It tastes exactly like, imagine you went outside on your little walk and you picked up some flowers here and there, flower here, flower there, a bunch of different flowers. You picked up some herbs. Maybe you saw some basil, maybe you saw some lavender. You went home, you dried it up, and then you smoked it. This is what that tastes like. And this is super interesting because I have been longing for an experience like this one for such a long time, but I don't even know how to dry plants properly, and so I was afraid I wasn't gonna do the process well, and so I was just kind of looking for something that would allow me to experience this. And so Herblunt reaching out to me and giving me the option to try it was actually pretty cool. The sensation is just so different from anything else I've tried. Also, you do have, from what I understand at least, you do have to light the pipe every hit you take, which, you know, can be a little bit inconvenient, but at the same time, if you're holding the pipe on one hand and you hold your lighter on the other, then it shouldn't be that much of a hassle. The flavor is, I don't know how to describe this very well, but it feels creamy in a way. This is so interesting because the flavor is reminding me of something, and it's something that I've picked from the ground. When I was a child, okay, I would pick flowers from the ground and sometimes I would eat them, okay? Kids do these things. I was a curious kid. I wanted to know what everything tasted like. So this is feeling kind of nostalgic, and I think it's because it just smells and feels and tastes so much like flowers. Also, the smell that it's leaving in my car has nothing to do with tobacco, has nothing to do with CBD. It smells like you just burnt flowers, which I guess is exactly what this is. So it's quite intriguing, quite exciting. The smoke does feel pretty heavy if you take a very big hit. Because I've never smoked from a glass pipe, I don't know what kind of hit you are looking for, like a more prolonged hit or a smaller hit, you know, I really don't know. And so I'm trying to experiment in between taking a small hit, taking a larger hit, and what I've realized is that from the smaller hit, it actually goes way more nicely, and if you take a larger hit, it can be too much smoke and kind of rough. I don't know if you can hear the little roughness at the back of my throat from the last very big hit that I took. So I think the way to go about this really is just taking smaller hits and just enjoy it slowly. This is supposed to be a very slow smoking experience. They describe it on their site, and so I mean, just very interesting. I had never tried anything like this before. I really need to figure out how to clean it. Wait, hold on, they do say it here. Use clean water to wash off the residue of the herbs and use a small cloth to wipe the glass. Okay, that does sound easy enough. Now, will I not burn myself as as the smoke reaches, or I guess the flame reaches this part? Well, I guess I have to figure out for myself. Okay, I'm getting the hang of it, you know? It has to be smaller hits, and it just is supposed to be flavored and enjoyed in smaller dosages rather than trying to take a big hit. I wonder if I could do tricks with this. Hold on. You can do tricks with it, which is kind of funny, kind of interesting. Now, I can tell that the glass pipe itself is getting quite heated up and also a little bit dirty. Can you see that? So before I try the sleepy blend later today, I'm going to have to clean it somehow and bring it back to its beautiful, natural, clean state. I don't know how I'm going to go about not burning myself. I think I have to hold it very low, or maybe just hold it like this, honestly, so that I'm not touching the part where the flame is actually going. This is super interesting. I mean, one thing that you can tell right away that makes it very obvious that this is just a herbal blend and doesn't have added chemicals or anything like that is that the herbs themselves, they do not keep burning unless you burn them and you take a hit, you know? They don't have those, you know, methanes or whatever it is that cigarettes have that keep the cigarette burning, so you don't have to keep relighting it. Because let's be honest, if you're smoking a cigarette, it can get quite annoying to having to keep lighting it up every time you want to take a hit. But this is not supposed to be a quick smoke, something you do mindlessly. This is something that you hold in your hand while you're outside, sitting under a tree, reading your book, and you take hits sometimes, you know? And every time you want to take a hit, you light it up, you take your hit, and then you let it rest so it doesn't heat up too much. And then next time you finish your page, your sentence, your chapter, your Mario level on your Nintendo, you pick it up again, you take another hit, and then you let it rest. I feel like that's the way that is the best to go about this, because if you don't let it rest for a little bit, the glass can get very, very hot, and it's just not pleasant to hold a super hot glass. But they do say in their site, guys, this is a slow smoking experience. It is to be enjoyed slowly. Just appreciate it. And I love that message. I love taking things slow. I love appreciating things in a calm manner. And so this is going pretty nice. I can even do a French inhale, and the taste is immaculate. You know what it tastes like? This is going to sound very weird because it has nothing to do with herbs. But do you know those ends of the days in summer where your neighborhood is having barbecues, or there's a local restaurant that is specialized in grilled meat and fish, and then you are walking down the street and you smell the fumes that are coming from these houses or these restaurants, and it gives you that warm feeling, that smell of something supernatural, not supernatural, but very natural, that's what I meant. This is what that feels like to me. It feels like an end of the day smell on a summer evening, start of the night. You know what I mean? It's difficult to explain, but it's so different from anything I've tried before. So different. I also love the sound it makes. I don't know if you can hear it, but hold on. I'm going to try to take a hit close to you. It makes a little like tss of the flame burning the leaves, so listen. Did you hear that? Right now that I was trying to show you, didn't make that much of a noise. It's always like that. When you want to show someone something that has been happening for the last 10 times, and then the time you show them it doesn't happen anymore, and it's like, oh world, okay, I guess this is the lesson you wanted to teach me today, I suppose. But wow, I wonder if I need to pack it a little bit more. If you guys are watching this and you're used to smoking on glass pipes and I'm doing everything wrong, this is my very first time. So if you have any tips, do let me know. But I really don't know what I'm doing. So currently this is the best I can do to try and pack the herbs. Wait, actually, I can just tap it on the surface. Hell yeah. I don't know if this is correct, what I'm doing, but I'm trying my best. Now, am I feeling more energetic from this? That's the question. This is supposed to be the uplift blend. I don't know if the feeling is immediate. I wouldn't believe it to be immediate, so maybe I need to give you my thoughts a little bit further down the line in the day. Currently, I think I'm feeling very excited, but it's just because I'm trying something new. I don't know if it has anything to do with the herbs themselves, but wow, smoking something without even CBD, without tobacco, without anything in it apart from herbs, because when I did do my tea cigarette, I was warned that teas do have chemicals in them and that, you know, I added tobacco, so it wasn't just a pure herbal blend of smokes that I smoke there. It felt so different from what this feels like. This just feels like I'm smoking the ground. I don't know how to explain it better to you. It feels like I've picked up some flowers from the ground, I dried them up and I'm smoking them. That's exactly what it feels like. Wow, very interesting. It is just turning very yellow, as you can see from the burning of the leaves. This is going to be pretty difficult to clean, but I will give you my experience on cleaning it when I come back later to try the sleepy healing herbs. I don't know if I have a tool capable of cleaning this, but I sure will find one, my friends. Not to worry, I will make my way. I mean, I would give this a solid 8 out of 10. The only thing I would do better, and I don't know how, is to not feel that roughness at the back of my throat, which is difficult because at the end of the day you are inhaling hot smoke, you know, so you're going to feel roughness, and I don't even know how you can reduce it. So I'm just talking out of my booty, really, talking about things that I don't know how they work. So I'd give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. That's my opinion so far. But honestly, I feel like all that I have left here really is just ash. And so I'm going to try and take it out, hopefully, somehow. I don't know how, because it will not fall out by itself. I'm going to clean it, and I'm going to come back to try the sleepy healing herbs later. But so far, really interesting experience. Very different from anything I've had before. And now I just have to figure out how to clean this thing. But that's a problem for later. Now I have to go on my morning run. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video up until now, and I'll see you all later today for the sleepy healing herbs. Let's go. Hello there, my friends. It is currently 5 p.m. and it is incredibly hot here in Portugal today, so my car was not an option. It is right in front of me, as you can promptly tell, but I cannot stand being inside of it, so although there's a little breeze, I am going to be outside for the rest of the video. Now, I do have my glass pipe once again. I tried cleaning it, and this was kind of the best I could do. Do you see how there's still a little residue there? What I did was I took a little spoolie to try and clean it out, but it didn't come out super good. This was the best I could though. And then we also have our sleepy healing herbs blend, which I'm quite excited to try. And this time I brought a stick so I can pack everything nicely. So let's open this up and see what the sleepy healing herbs are all about, because I am quite curious, I can't lie. I also have a baggie in case I need to place any trashes inside. Now let's open this bad boy up and see what it smells like. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this one has mullein leaves, gotu kola, holy basil and safflower petals. Very complex. I only know what basil is, but what is holy basil? Well, oh, it smells so good, and it even has little petals inside. Let me see if I can show you. There you go. Now, what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to pack it very slowly with my stick, and I'll see you when everything is very well packed. Alrighty, we are back. This one is definitely way better packed than my last one was. I didn't even need to fill it to the top because it just has so many herbs inside already that there's no need for more. It is time to try the sleepy blend, so let's see if I get any calmer. Okay, I'm noticing that maybe I packed it a little bit too much this time. I'm still getting the hang of it, but there's barely any pull through. And so seeing if I can poke some holes or just like loosen it up somehow. Ooh, the taste is immediately basil, let me tell you that. Me, as a long-time basil lover, this just is heavenly, honestly. This is feeling way more sturdy now, just because the herbs are way more tightly packed together, and so it isn't as airy whenever I am taking a hit. So that is definitely a plus point that I'm seeing here. I didn't know I should have brought a stick before, honestly. I had never done this before. I just found this randomly at my house and I thought that looks good enough for what I need, and so it seems to be working quite well. Now my morning went absolutely fine after getting my mood uplifted with the uplifting blend. I went on my morning run, which went fantastic, and then I just was sitting on one of those trees over there reading for a little while until I finally went home to edit, and I felt very energized to do the editing I had to do. And now I'm just sitting here having my sleepy blend, which is also feeling very nice. I think I always have to keep relighting it. There's no going around it, I think. I'm pretty sure, at least. So I just have to have my lighter in hand, my pipe in the other, and just enjoy the experience. And hey, honestly, I'm super happy that I got to try this. It is a little bit more difficult to light the pipe when there's a slight breeze or even wind outside, so I'm pretty sure this is something that maybe in my room or in my car would be more ideal. Also, it doesn't leave any smell. I left my car after smoking the uplift blend and I came back around half an hour later and it didn't smell like anything. Didn't seem like anyone had smoked anything in there, you know? Just kind of hard to smoke it while there is wind outside, honestly. So maybe I'll go inside of my car, because my car is now in the shade, so it's not going to be as warm. Let's go and figure it out. Alrighty, I'm currently half inside of my car, half outside, so I can light up my pipe here and then enjoy the smoke here, so. I feel like what I'm learning is that for next time, I can definitely use the stick, but I need to pack it way less, because right now the pull is just proving to be very difficult because it is so tightly packed. But the flavors are actually marvelous. I would say I prefer these blend other than the uplift blend, although both of them were really delicious. This one just tastes and smells more like basil, and I love basil, so I would have to say this is the winner. I just find the whole experience itself to be very relaxing, because I have to keep attending to it. I have to keep relighting it, you know. I have to be forgiving about the fact that it keeps going out. And it's more than just a smoking experience. It's kind of a whole meditative ritual. And it's just really nice. I mean, what a beautiful day. Everyone is outside, chilling, walking around with their kids or just with their friends. There's going to be a very big football game in around an hour. So the street is actually quite quiet, because most people are already at home or in cafes or at the stadiums waiting for the football game to begin. And so it just feels really good to be able to sit here, listen to all of these sounds of the people and the birds, and feel the heat of the beginning of summer. Just being able to sit here and have this shared experience with you guys is quite nice. I'm noticing that it doesn't produce as much smoke as the other blend, possibly because I packed it too tightly once again, and so I'm having trouble get the flame to pass between all of the length of the herbs themselves. Actually, I found cleaning it to be not as difficult as I thought it would be. I just had to get a little spoolie and it cleaned most of the residue. Problem is, there's this part here. Can I touch this? Ooh. It's a little bit warm. All right, there's this part over here that is just more difficult to clean because I don't have a spoolie small enough to get to this part here. So I still have to think about what I'm going to do about that. But other than that, it has been a very, very nice experience overall. The smell and the scent of basil is so big on this blend specifically, and it's just making me so happy because I love basil. I have a basil plant, my mother has a basil plant. I think it's the best herb. Is that what you would call it? It's the best herb to put on your food to make it taste even more elevated and delicious, and it just tastes and smells a lot like basil, this one, so this is making me so happy. I'm just finding it really, really, really difficult to pass the flame through the pipe itself, and so let me see if there's any way I can loosen this up a little bit with my stick over here, which I think I'm being able to do just now. It seemed like there was a lot of stuck ash, and I was actually at the end of the herb itself, and so that is why I was not really getting anything, because this is what was left. Let me see if this is smokable or not. I don't think so. I don't think there was anything left. That's why I was having trouble pulling through. It's because I had already smoked all of the herb. But wow, I mean, what an interesting experience all of this was. I would do it all over again if I had the chance to, and I will certainly smoke the rest of my blends and enjoy them. I would give the whole experience a solid 9 out of 10. This sleepy blend, for me personally, was a 10 out of 10. It just tasted marvelous. I loved everything about it. Just getting to try something new from a brand that I think is very well grounded and has great views and values and principles just felt really amazing, and I'm really glad I got to do it alongside you guys. I am definitely feeling a little bit tired, but there's still Eurovision to go and watch today. I wonder if Portugal is going to win. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a fantastic couple of days, and I will see you all very soon, alright? Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for Herblunt for sending me the blends to try. I appreciated it so much, and I'll see you all very soon, alright? Bye!